Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about Disney's Star Wars show Ahsoka, Episode 4. Let's get right into it, shall we? Spoilers! Okay, so this was a very interesting episode, and it ended in a very interesting way. So, of course, the Vulcan guy, the former Jedi, the head one, he sent the droids out into the forest to try to find the ship that Ahsoka and Sabine had landed in. Well, they found it, and they attacked the droid. I don't think I've ever seen a droid on droid fight like this before. It was awesome to behold, I gotta say. In the process of that, Sabine and Ahsoka came out, and they continued to have this fight with them, and then they took out the droids, and then of course pops up the Merrick guy and the other apprentice lady. So she, they split up. The apprentice lady fighting Sabine, and Merrick is fighting Ahsoka. And let's just say Ahsoka ended up going hard on him after a little while, sliced him in half with the lightsaber. And then all this weird dusty stuff started coming out of it. I'm like, was he a creation of the witches? The Night Sisters or something? Like, what was that? What was that? You know? And then Sabine was having a hard time with the apprentice girl until she shot her with her wrist cannons. And that gave her a distraction to be able to get away. But the girl ran off in a smoke bomb anyway, after Merrick died, because Ahsoka ran off to go stop the other former Jedi from completing the transmission of the coordinates to this other galaxy. But they had started it. They was almost done. Ahsoka got to him. They had their fight. It was kind of cool to see that. She, what I'm saying, as hard as I see her fight against other people, she didn't seem to be fighting that hard against him. I don't know why they were doing such slow movements with the fighting choreography, but it was a nice fight to see. She ends up losing and falling off a cliff, and Sabine shows up. Didn't work out. He convinced her to go ahead and give up the thing. Now Ahsoka asked her several times. Told her the stakes, told her how high that was, made sure she understood it. Asked her point blank, "Can I count on you?" Yes, of course you can. For her to turn over the map to dude so they can get the final coordinates, and then he's like, "Okay, you can come with us, so you can go see your friend." And he kept his word and put it on the ship for them to leave. Well, Hera disobeyed orders, and she took a fleet of people out there to help them, but she was too late. They was already powering up this giant hyperdrive engine, and blasted out of there before she could stop them. And they got Sabine with them. But Ahsoka, yeah, I thought she was on like a cliffside when they was panning up from the water. No, she's apparently in the world between worlds, and Anakin's there. So don't know what he's gonna tell her, and I'm very disappointed, sad, and hurt about Ren's betrayal. I couldn't believe she did that. So yeah, that was this week's episode of Ahsoka. It's such a slow-paced and slow-moving show, and not a lot happens in the show. So that's the baseline of what just literally happened in the 40 minutes of this show. They've got to do better. Come on, Star Wars. Anyway, that was this week's episode of Ahsoka, and I will see you guys next week for another. In the meantime, have a great day.